Matt Lenihan, Boxing Social, in association with William Hill and Empire Fight. So delighted to be joined by Ben Shalom. Ben, what a show in the heart of France in Paris. Give us your overall assessment of it.
What a show. From start to finish, Macauley McGowen performed really well, should have won the fight, let's be honest. Lauren Price, good performance, tough opponent in a strange environment in terms of coming to Paris. Obviously, she knows it well, but her third fight, thought she could have probably gone through the gears, but great 8 rounds. I think what we can see is that we've got a very special talent, and Dan Azeez, man of the night for me. Great fight as well. Thomas Fourier was tough and kept coming, and some of those rounds were fucking great. And then a great main event, special night. And just in terms of the crowd, and it was a completely different thing to what we're used to, but the way it's sold and the way they're interested, there is a market here for French boxing.
Absolutely. Let's just start top. Dan Azeez, what a performance, and he's done it the hard way, all the way from the area titles to where he is now, and that he showed maturity in that performance, and the referee did him a good favour in making sure his opponent must stop because he'd have had a free shot.
He did, and I didn't know why they were complaining. I was thinking he would have killed him if he didn't know where he was. And Dan Azeez, it shows, what we're dealing with. If he was a more ruthless fighter, he would have thrown another punch, and he stopped himself from doing it. And fair play to Dan, but that's what we know. He's so happy. He had a tough week with the weigh-in. It was all different for all of us, and he took it and he came here, and you saw with the national anthems and this and that, they probably got behind Thomas Fourier. It was a hostile environment. I was hoping it wouldn't influence the judges. In the end, he left them with no choice, and very, very good night for Dan Azeez, and another one ticked off, and he should be very proud of himself.
Yeah, I interviewed Dan after, and he'd lost a family member as well, just literally last month. So for him, this was a special moment. Talked to me about Lauren Price. I spoke to her after as well, and she said, it's good going the 8 rounds. It's what she needs, and she did have a bit of an injury prior that she's just got over. So are you pleased with her? She'll be ready to kick on now.
Very pleased. As you say, she was out. She was injured. It feels like a new signing, and it's a signing that's the most decorated amateur that we've ever had. She wants to do things that no one's done in the professionals as well, and why not? And that's why she has to move fast. And for me, you can see the elements and the beginnings of a superstar, and that was what was important. She got 8 rounds against. If she's fighting, girls that are already fighting for European titles in a third fight, what's she going to be doing after 5 fights? And a statement of intent from her. Yes, could have gone through the gears earlier on, but she enjoyed it, and it will stand her in good stead.
I think we've got something special on his hands with Lauren Macauley. Terrific performance. He always gets a reputation of a bit of a joker, and it is down to himself because of that in the previous fights, but he boxed beautifully tonight. On the way on French soil, he didn't get the decision. Room for him to maybe come back on another one of your shows, though?
Definitely. I think he's shown why we can forget about those 3 back-to-back defeats. He's a different fighter, and Joe Gallagher saw something in him, and they've worked well together since. And he boxed, as you say, beautifully against a kid there, Fahad Saad, who they all believe is a superstar over here. Obviously, I'm not saying I don't think he's that good, and you can see he's got a lot to learn on. But to come here, Macauley, against a talented kid like that, outbox him for the first 6 rounds, not get the decision, as we probably expected, unless he was going to literally, he'd have had to carry him out of there before he got a decision. He did very well, and at least he didn't get, he didn't go for a lot, he didn't get the loss. He got a draw. He knows he won the fight, and I think that will get him a lot of opportunities going forward. And he should be happy. Yes, he can be disappointed that he's just got robbed, but actually, he's just proven to everyone live on Sky Sports and Canal Plus that he's a serious fighter.
And just quickly, the man who just walked past you, Carlos Takam, what a main event! I said before this fight, I thought this was a very, very difficult, very brave matchmaking for someone who's just come off a knockout loss to Martin Macauley, but Carlos Takam just proves age is just a number, and he's still got a bit left.
Couldn't believe he's a 42-year-old moving around the ring like that. It was incredible, but we all expected a big fight. We knew Tony Yoko was going to have to be at best. He wasn't. He's been out the ring. They fight over 10 rounds here when it's a domestic fight like that, which is unusual. But yeah, he deserved the win, and it was a proper fight, and they both just gave it. I think it was the 7th round was incredible. However, it's tough. I feel sorry for Tony. He is a superstar out here. As you said, to fight Martin Macauley, who no one wants to fight, no one wants to even go near him. He took that on, and then to be out the ring and then come in with Carlos Takam is more active than anyone. If you remember the Joyce fight, he was on top until he got stopped. Then he goes 12 rounds with Makhmudov. Clearly a lot left. it was always going to be a war, and he's done enough tonight, and it's a massive win. Carlos back in Paris as well. This was special for him. It was a Parisian derby, really.
And finally, last one from me. How excited are you for next week? Big week for Boxer. Schedule being announced, properly, and then we have potentially a new signing. I know we probably can't go into that because that's what that day will be for. But excited for the future and for next week?
Yeah, hopefully going to be a special year. I tell you what, it was difficult after Taylor Catterall went, and it was a fight that was painfully long to make, painfully slow. Put so much into it. Had Lawrence Okoli meant to be chief support, had to move, and then so many other fights on that card all got moved around. Schedule had to be rejigged, everything. So to have got everything now together and lined up, and to be able to announce very soon, it's going to be a special year, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Ben, look, it's been an interesting couple of days here in Paris. It's been a good experience, and we look forward to next week. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for coming. Cheers, mate.